What we have here, guys, we've got 38 desktop PCs. Okay, we've got like an old Compaq and things like that. We have old Trident and what have you there. All of these things, or most of them, are from the 80s. We do have some newer stuff, but most of these are from early 80s. They're huge, and they all have pretty much ceramics existing. Look, I mean, look at the size on that. That is massive, that tower. Some of them are open, you know, and they've had little bits taken out of them, like the CPU's gone out of this one. This row here all have various things missing. Usually they're just the CD-ROMs. The memory has been removed from a few of these in these two rows, but not all of them. These two rows are complete, so so we've got all of them to deal with. On top then we've got a load of laptops in various stages of breakdown. Some are whole, some are not. Okay, we've got pretty much everything you can see here right the way across. All of these keyboards, I mean, you can see it's just absolute masses of stuff. We've got some boards here which they've been sort of breaking down. You know, there's a big ceramic CPU on that. You know, these boards again all out the PCs. Now I've removed, they all got socket 7 sockets, and for these 6 by here I have removed the CPUs. Okay, a nice big board there. I mean, look at all those chips on that. So but those are the 6 CPUs I moved off those boards alone. So as you can see, most of them are turning out to be ceramics. We had a huge hard drive. I mean, look at the size on some of the components on there. It's massive. It weighs about 4 or 5 pounds. A 40 megabyte hard drive here. So these things are absolutely huge. There's a couple of cameras. In this box we've got an old JVC video camera, sort of tape deck and things like that. We got the floppies out of some 5.5 drive floppies there, and down here we've got some other stuff that we had. There's an old 5.5 drive floppy drive there, so that would go with those. We've got an amplifier, some telephone stuff. We've got an old projector there, various things in there. Another 5.5 floppy there. There's a box full of miscellaneous stuff and boards and things there. Another box underneath it of that. Then I've got to take you past the trailer. You'll have to excuse us, I've had to rearrange everything in the garage, because then we have this lot. This is around about, I would say, 40 printers, about 20 scanners, loads of monitors, tellies and things like that. A couple of big flat screens. I'll go around the other side and show you as well. I mean, you can see a couple of big monitors. Look at the size now for a flat screen. And there's another one there. Big huge tube there. So a big huge Sony in the background. So basically everything's just been dumped in this section here for me to be able to break down. It is tons of stuff. I have been breaking things down. Give us some sort of idea. Let me just move this across here. Look how much memory is in there. There's probably, I don't know, maybe 1200, 1500 memory in this box. It's a particularly nice one there. Loads of gold on it. Don't know why that won't focus. So there we are. Got gold on there. So both sides, yeah. So it's all looking good. But again, I'm just going to put that back. But we've been really busy with one thing or another. All the CPUs that we've gathered lately are all in there. Loads of ceramics again. Yeah, so most things are moving on. I mean, that box of heat sinks there alone is just, you know, probably £130 maybe. It's so heavy it breaks the box when you try lifting it. I have to move them in. Likewise with these copper bearing motors and things, there's just tons of things there. Here we have a few boxes of motherboards. That box is all the sort of high grade, and that's the lower grade motherboards there. But as you can see, guys, it is absolutely rammed in this garage now, and this is a big double garage. So I need to get stripping on some of these things, you know, some of the keyboards and things like that. It's going to keep me busy for quite some time. Obviously I'll still keep collecting, but I love it when a big haul like this comes, because it can set you up for some time. For those of you who are looking for stuff like this, there are loads of ways of doing it. You know, you can put adverts in the sort of free papers near you and things like that, or whatever, but the biggest by far for me has been word of mouth. All of this came off word of mouth. Like I said, I collected one PC off one guy when I was there. Said, look, you know, if you know anybody else who's interested in getting rid of some computer stuff or anything like that, please pass my details on. And this is what can happen. In fact, this is probably, in the last 9 weeks, probably the 3rd or 4th load I've had like this of various stuff. In fact, there's one big interesting thing here I want to show you. This is an old electricity box, and it's that old it actually takes 50p coins. Now I haven't opened it yet to see if there's anything in there. I don't think it is, but the components inside gotta be, I mean, the weight on it is just massive. But you used to stick your 50p in there and spin it around, and that's how people used to pay for their electric in the UK. Great little bit of kit. This may be worth something on its own, I don't know, I'll have to look it up. Anyway guys, that's it really for this episode. I'm hoping that most of those 30 computers have got these in, and if they do, I'm going to be laughing, because you know, ceramics are getting quite rare now, over the sort of brown and green fibre boards and things like that. But if you can get ceramics out of them, you know, I mean, look at the quality of some of these. It's superb. So we got the IBMs and M2, the Cyrix chips, the Pentiums, so there's all sorts here. And again, we've got a load over in that box over there that I showed you earlier on. But guys, this is, you'll have to excuse all the wiring that came with it and everything else, but this is what you can get just by asking for it. Anyway, thanks for viewing, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.